All right, there are some mysteries in this world. There are some mysteries in this universe, in this lifetime. When you can't figure out a mystery, you go to somebody who knows how to figure out mysteries. Sometimes that mystery would be, how the heck do you peel an orange? You see, it's a mystery. You go to like an orange peeling expert, right? How the heck do you hook up this TV? Well, you go to Jim George for that one. And there's another mystery that I'm going to ask Jim about. It's like, what the heck is in that chocolate shop that made him disappear? Because Jim George showed up at First Friday.
Yes.
With his beautiful wife, Brenda. They said, we'll be right back. We're going to go to the chocolate shop. And Robin and I waited and waited and never came back.
Oh.
Later on, some people came by and said, hey, how you doing, Larry and Robin? Good. Well, we'll be right back. We're going to the chocolate shop. They never came back. And then Manal and Riyadh Fakori came by. Hey, Larry, Robin, how you doing? Good. Well, we're going to go to the chocolate shop. We'll be right back. Haven't seen them since.
Wow, it's a mystery.
But you're here now.
Yeah.
So, good morning, Jim. How are you?
Good morning.
Yeah, it was kind of a mystery. We were waiting for you. We said, I wonder where you went.
And that chocolate place was pretty active, too. There wasn't just, there was probably 6 people in there. You know, they serve hot chocolate. They serve coffee. They serve...
That was a good move on their part to serve hot chocolate.
Yeah, it was a very good move on their part. So for those who haven't been, we're giving a free call out to the chocolate
So
factory.
what'd you do, sneak out the back door?
No, I came right back in. I thought I saw you and waved, but I guess I didn't. I didn't.
What'd you get, hot chocolate?
No, my wife likes certain chocolate. I got the cluster, the peanut cluster.
Ah.
And she got, I think, it was a chocolate-covered strawberry or something. It's a little pricey place, but the quality is definitely there.
It's a nice way to treat yourself.
It's a very nice way to treat yourself. No, we had a good time, walked around. When we were just thinking, why the city ought to leave some lights up all year in the square.
You think?
Okay, not to the quality of Light Up Ocala, or else it would be an everyday thing and no one would want to come see it.
Right.
But maybe some types of lights. Yeah,
I've heard that before. Yeah, people have said that before.
Because it's very attractive downtown, and anything you can do to make it more attractive, like buy a parking lot that you're going to leave a parking lot.
Yeah, I'm amazed at that one. $500,000.
Yeah. Well, see, next year the county will buy it back from the city for $600,000.
Oh,
and they'll just keep moving it back and forth.
Oh, it's an investment.
That's right. Just goes up in value. I mean, what are they going to do with the park? If it's a parking lot now, well, everybody has their own reasons for thinking, like it's going to be the homeless thing or whatever. But I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be.
Yeah, it's going to be a parking lot. That's what it said in the newspaper.
Right behind SunTrust Bank there on the boulevard is a lot of parking.
Do you know we have a garage?
We have a garage.
It is a wonderful place to park.
That's where I parked. Where'd you park?
In the garage.
Yes.
We had a parking problem, but we don't have one anymore.
We don't. No.
We have a garage.
Right. Yeah, we were able to park on the second floor, and there were more floors above that.
Yeah, it's just
it was fairly well open.
It was a wonderful idea, and it solved the problem.
Yep.
I don't know what they're talking about.
And then, even the spots, the places that were closed at night still had parking by permit only. In other words, they didn't want you to park in their parking spot.
Where, in the garage?
No, in the around the square area.
Hey, you know what I saw, though? From where we were sitting, where we were playing music?
Yes.
Right across the way, the kitty corner or whatever, I saw a rather large vehicle, I guess an SUV, parallel parking in a very small spot, and it looked like he was definitely going to crash into the car behind him, but he never did. He got really, really close. And all I could think of was, he's got one of those cars.
Oh.
That can tell you, okay, we can get 1 inch away and we'll be fine.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
My wife has a new car. Matt checked it out for us before we purchased it. Thank you, Matt. And it's got so many gadgets. It's unbelievable. The other day when we went to visit you downtown, the car would not turn off.
No, no. Oh no. When you saw us, you said it wouldn't turn on.
It wouldn't turn off. So we couldn't leave the car. It wouldn't turn off.
Oh no.
And the lights were flashing, and we could not figure out for the life of us. We turned it back. We tried to put the key in and turn it off. It wouldn't. We did everything. Put our foot on the brake. Put it back and take it from park to neutral. Put it in drive, and go a little further. Put it in reverse. Go a little back. And finally, she tried the panic button. She tried the lock door button, on all these remotes. And I don't know what we finally did, but it finally turned off. And then we said, oh, great, so now we're stuck here. And so I said, well, let's just go walk, and then we'll take care of it later. She said, no, I'm not going to be able to enjoy myself unless Anyway, she put the key in, and it cranked right up. So we have no idea. It's the first time it happened, the only time it happened. We hope it never happens again.
Yeah, really.
But no matter what we did, it would not turn off.
So Matt looked at it since then, or no?
No. She just hadn't had a chance to take it to him. But we know it's user error. But what did we do to create it?
Oh,
so
really?
we won't do it again.
You guys did something wrong. I don't know. Maybe not.
Well, the mechanic told her, the salesperson told her that she doesn't have to put the key in. All she has to do is have the key in her possession, and she can use her pinky to start the car. But do not use your index finger. Well, she apparently didn't pass that information on to me. And so since she wanted me to drive, I put my index finger in there, and the car started because the key was in the car in her bag.
Right.
And when we got there to turn it off, I did the same thing, and it wouldn't turn off.
So it could be anybody's finger, or it has to be her fingerprint?
Well, there again, she tried her fingerprint right after mine since it wouldn't turn off, and it wouldn't turn off. She tried everything.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Anyway, it was very nerve-wracking. But I hate all these newfangled things cars have today.
Do you really?
Well,
I would think that you, as a gadget guy, would like.
No. You want to set your own seat. You want to set it the height you want it, you get into some of these, and they automatically set it for the weight they feel on the seat.
Right.
Well, you got long legs, Larry, and think about it.
Yeah, no,
they're all crunched up. How far back is your seat?
All the way.
All the way. Yeah, mine's all the way back.
Ever since I started driving. All the way.
All the way. That's the only way to go. But it wants to correct it for you. It wants to do everything for you. We don't want it to do everything for us.
You got really what year is that car?
2011.
Wow.
It's not a new car in that sense, but it's a new car for us since it's 2018 now.
Yeah. Wow. So do you have a radio in it?
Oh yeah, it's got one of those newfangled. It's even got a display that says TV. You can hit TV. You can hit satellite.
You have a TV in your car?
It's got a TV built into it, and it's got two separate DVD TVs. In other words, there's two rows in the back seat. It's a van, so there's two screens, and you can play two separate movies. So the person in the back can watch a separate movie from the person in the middle. Oh, it's got all this newfangled stuff. It's crazy. It's kind of frightening. It really is, that thing. And then when you turn a corner, and you might be too close to the curb or too close to a pole, and by too close, like 3 foot, it sounds an alarm because it senses things around you, and it says that you're too close.
Really?
So every time you're driving, like if we're even when we go to park in a parking space and there's cars on both sides, they go ding, 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 ding. They'll let you know there's cars on both sides.
Is it only a pole, or could it be a German?
It could be anything you say. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of cool. I always loved new cars.
Yeah, I thought this book that you allowed me to have was interesting. Making Smarter Decisions When You Don't Have All the Facts. Because we all jump to conclusions.
Yeah.
All of us.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
And I'm notorious for not jumping to conclusions. And my wife says, "Why don't everybody has an opinion but you?" I said, "Well, I don't have all the facts yet. I want to think about it for a while, so I'm going to let her read this book."
Well, I'm kind of with you on that. I hear opinions all the time. Like you'll hear a news story like today about something that just happened, and everybody's got an opinion on it. And I'm thinking, I haven't had time to really think about this one yet. I don't know.
I know.
I mean, some of them I have an opinion right away, but others just like, holy cow, I don't know. And when it comes to something electronic, like what you used to talk about, I always go to these like these reviews that people leave on the internet.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I bought this and I hated it, and here's why. Or I bought this and I loved it, and here's why.
Yeah.
Right? Do you ever use those things?
Yes.
Those reviews?
Yep. And I see them all the time, but I'm not one to read other people's reviews. I like to do it myself. Like, for instance, let's say there's a movie you saw and you enjoyed the movie. It was on TV. That's where you saw it.
Mm-hmm.
And it could have been it could be Casablanca, all right? And you love Casablanca, all right? But then if you look at the what do you call it? The review, the analysis of what the person says the movie's about.
Yeah.
It says bar owner meets old flame.
right.
You don't, and
Yeah.
if you just saw that and the name was called something else,
Yeah.
you go, I don't want to watch that.
Yeah, that's not like
There's
much.
nothing,
Right.
And so my wife and I do these. You hit the information, and it sounds like it's a terrible movie, and yet we watch it, or we'll read the reviews. She likes to go online if we're going to go out to a movie and read the reviews, and it gets like 2.5 stars, and it says drags on. Well, we go see it. We love it.
Yeah, no, I know. I wonder sometimes. Well, I think if you look at the reviews, they should separate them. They should say these reviews are done by somebody between the ages of 5 and 15. Okay, and these reviews are done by somebody between 16 and 25, etc. Then you say, okay, so 15-year-olds aren't liking it and they're leaving stupid reviews. But a guy who's 55 years old and older, he kind of liked it. Well, maybe I'll like it then because it's kind of my age
Yeah,
group.
yeah. And some movies are really interesting because of all the. I wanted to say dramatization, but the animation in the sense that it's really neat what they forecast, like the lion, and the witchcraft, and the wardrobe.
The wardrobe,
thing.
yeah.
That was a very interesting movie.
Yeah.
That C.S. Lewis guy, boy, he brought a lot out of that movie.
Yeah, he did.
Anyway, so First Friday was it was good for you.
Oh, it was fun. I really enjoy First Friday.
Yeah.
It is for us what we want our music to be at this age. Mm-hmm. When we were younger, we wanted to be on a stage and getting audiences. Now, I really like the idea that music has become for us just a background thing,
Right.
just an ambiance for the area
Yes.
that people can hear us. I don't want to be close. I want you to be enjoying a cup of wine or something, whatever, glass of wine or something, and then in the distance you hear this little French melody or something.
Yeah. Because they had a guy up on the stage playing guitar,
Did they?
on the square, and he was, I guess he was fairly good because there was a lot of crowd around him.
Mm-hmm.
He was one guy, guitar, and he was doing playing. And I was wondering, is that just a routine? In other words, if there's 6 people downtown playing, is it he gets this Friday, you get the next Friday, and somebody else gets it? How do you get the stage?
Oh, well, first of all, I don't know. I don't want the stage.
Yeah, okay.
Well, we've had stages. Robert and I, we're older now, but
Yep.
when we were younger, we did a lot of
Right.
stage and cheering and all that junk.
Yeah.
But now it's like, I just want I want people to fall in love. I want people to say, let's get together, and I don't care if it's 25
Right,
or
right.
85. I don't care. I want them to just enjoy each other, and then we're
Right.
just there. Because
I want-
BMI wants to charge people for music, so we want to say no.
Yeah, that's right.
No, we'll be there for
charge
free.
music.
We'll be there for free.
Music's good. Everybody needs a little music in their life.
And that's really, but I'm telling you the God's honest truth. That's what we sort of
Right.
hope that our music does.
A while back when we were looking for information about Radio Shack and such, I think it was Jim who called in and said there's a place out west of town on 200 called Night Fire, and they sell parts.
Right.
Well, yesterday we had an emergency. I was heading down to Bushnell, and one of my clients needed a special connector. So I sent him by the office, and I had like every connector, known to man, but I did not have that one. And he went out to Night Fire, and they had it.
Oh, okay.
So if there is something you're looking for, apparently there's a place west of town, just like a Radio Shack, that has it.
And you have a phone call.
All right.
Good morning. You're on the air with Jim George.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. You were talking a little bit about movies. I just saw a movie late last night, an old black and white from the 1950s called 14 Hours. It was about a guy that was going to jump off a building and how the police were going to talk him down and everything. But the interesting thing was the whole movie was shot at the 20th Century Fox Studios, and they sent a second unit out to do shots in and around lower New York City. And they did what's called a process of shot matching.
Yeah.
So it seemed like this guy was standing on this building, but he was really only in the studio in 20th Century Fox.
Oh, neat.
And excellent effects considering the time.
It was. I watched it too. I've seen it before, but I watched it again all the way through. My wife said, "You've seen that one?" I said, "It's really a neat movie."
Yeah.
14 hours. Yep. Guy was apparently sitting on a window ledge for 14 hours.
Yeah.
Is that true?
No, it's a movie.
No, it was a Hollywood story based on a roof jumper incident that had taken place a few years earlier.
Oh, okay. So it's fiction based on fact.
Yeah. Okay, have a good day.
Thank you.
See, that's I like when I hear about movies that way. When somebody just calls in or tells you, like, off the, I saw a movie. It was pretty good. I never heard of it. And
Yeah.
Robin and her mom went to see this one about wood. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, what's the guy's name now? Oh, the guy from England.
Archer Treacher.
Oh my gosh, how am I forgetting the
Guy
guy's
from
name?
England.
Yeah, the guy with the cigar. Winston Churchill.
Winston Churchill. Oh, yes.
My gosh,
yes.
I just drew a blank.
Yeah.
Yeah, she went.
All right.
You know that new movie that's out?
A new one that's out, yeah.
Have you seen it?
No, I
Or
have not.
Do you have any interest in seeing it?
I do. Winston Churchill's an interesting character.
When Robin comes back in here, she'll tell you about it.
All right. Yeah, he's an interesting. Yeah, I met Winston Churchill. I told you I met him.
Did you?
Yeah, and I met President Kennedy. See, I was born and raised in West Palm Beach.
Oh, that's right.
And the Kennedy mansion was right there. So I knew him before he became president, and I knew him after. Of course, I was a young lad. But I was in my early teens, I would say 13 or 14, and I was fishing right behind the Kennedy estate. And
Wow.
this naked old man comes out of the ocean, and it's Winston Churchill smoking a cigar.
Naked?
Yeah, he the Kennedys all bathed naked.
Really?
Yeah, it was. As a young guy, it was kind of like, what are these people? But there was, Secret Service people everywhere. Oh my God!
I bet.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, and they were wearing black suits and sunglasses and everything on the beach.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
But I got invited into their home. And yeah, they were nice people.
Was Jackie Kennedy swimming naked? That
She
would've been
was not there. That's a shame.
Man, that's
I
too
know.
bad. You have to
I
see
know.
these two ugly guys.
Just the old men for swimming naked. Yeah. And we used to always say, "We're going to go fishing, Mom." And she'd say, "Those naked guys are there. You stay away from them now." So, okay, Mom, I will.
She told you to stay away from the naked guys.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But we had fun as a young boy. It's amazing how the times have changed. The things we could do, earlier, like ride bicycles on certain bicycle paths, and today they're all private. People that bought all this land, and there's actually private beaches over in Palm Beach. You can't go on.
That's a nice area.
It is very nice area.
Do you know, I used to play on Singer Island. Do you know where that is?
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I used to play at, I think it was a Sheraton. I used to love that gig. That was a good gig. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Singer Island. We go there all the time and fish and swim and have a great time. Ocala's got some great waterways too. Silver Springs, I haven't been there in a long while, but Juniper Dam and a few of those other ones.
For swimming, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you can't swim in Silver Springs right now.
No, I wouldn't.
But Juniper is a beautiful swimming place. Rainbow Springs,
Yeah.
I love it. So do you like swimming?
I do.
Does Brenda like tubing? Like, would you
She
tube?
loves tubing. It's Natuckney.
Would you like to tube together, or do you
Sure.
not tube? Do you tube?
No. Yeah, we tube.
I haven't tubed in a decade.
Have you been to It's Natuckney?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
It's up on White Springs.
Yeah.
We could go by and pick up a radio.
Yes, if he's still there.
Yeah.
Chuck Harder. I wonder,
Yeah.
I wonder if he's still there.
I don't know. I'm getting ready to buy myself a nice AM/FM portable radio, so I'll let the listening audience know which one I choose. But I want one that has real great sensitivity. In other words, pick up a station real far away, so like a minus 85, sensitivity.
Oh wow! Where is that? Is that on the label? The -85?
No, you have to research the tuner and the reception. It depends on the oscillator they use. There's all different names: Colpitts, Hartley, all these different oscillators. And
I'm a big radio
which one
fan.
they use. And
I love it. If I ever don't do this, I will still be listening to radio.
yeah, I do too. I love radio.
Yeah. Has nothing to do with being on it. Right now we're on it, but I like being on the other side too.
And it was supposed to rain yesterday. Did it rain here? I was in Bushnell all day and it did not rain. And they said rain yesterday.
I honestly don't remember. I don't think so. But I know you have a phone call.
Oh, phone call.
Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning. This is Benny calling. With all the technology, I was listening and overheard your problems with a car. You know, everything, all these electronic gadgets and safety this and whatever, all depends on one thing. It's called the battery. And I don't know. If the battery goes dead, you're really up the creek.
Sonny, when we first saw the car, the first thing I did was open the hood, and when I saw the size of the battery, this thing is like a crane battery. It's huge. I said, oh my God, we're in trouble. This thing ever goes dead, we're not even opening the door.
That's what I'm getting at. All these gadgets that they build in the cars, they have to, or they should be required to
manual
put
override.
in some kind of an override on something. They just, so you don't wind up. Suppose you wound up going on a dock or something, and the dock caves in, and you go in to drink.
Yep.
Everything gets shorted out. How do you open a door? How do you open a window? How do you do anything besides drown?
It's unbelievable. I say the same thing all the time.
Well, I got my newest car is a 05 Pontiac Vibe. They don't make Pontiacs anymore. And my first car, which we call the big car, is a 03 Mercury Sabre, which they don't make anymore. So as long as it keeps percolating along and I can get the parts, I don't see no reason to get rid of it.
I'm the same way. I had a radiator go bad yesterday. I had to get a brand new radiator, and the guy said, "You sure you want to fix this car?" I said, "It's got 387,000 miles on it," and I said, "It's just broke in."
Yeah, that's the way. I don't have a lot of mileage on these two cars. I mean, the Vibe we're getting close to 100,000, but the wagon, Sable wagon, that's the over-the-road car, and we haven't been traveling much lately, so that's got like 34,000 miles on it.
Right.
To me, it's like brand new.
Right, 34,000 is new. Wow.
Well, anyway, you guys have a great weekend, and thank you again for the programming, and thank you, Jim, for coming on WOCA and making our days interesting and, brighter, etc.
Thank you.
So, have a good day.
Thank you.
And have a good weekend. Bye.
Thank you, Cindy. Have you ever heard Matt Gibbs tell the story of how you can break a car window with a spark plug?
I don't believe I have.
All right. I don't know if you're not going to believe this or you will believe this. All right. If you take the porcelain around a spark plug,
right,
and you take a little hammer and you break it apart, take a little pebble of that porcelain.
Oh, I see. Yep, and scratch the... Okay.
No, don't scratch it.
Oh.
Just underhand it at the window, like the driver's side window. The window will smash.
Oh,
will just crack apart.
Really?
See? You can't imagine it, right?
Yeah.
Because if you took a rock, even a big rock, and you toss it at the window, it would just bounce off.
So if I see a guy with a hammer in one hand and a spark plug in the other, he's coming after my car.
If you throw, and so Matt told me. Here's the story Matt tells. If I hope he doesn't mind me telling his story, but his wife told him about a video she saw on YouTube. So he watched the video, and sure enough, the guy did exactly that. He took a piece of a spark plug, the porcelain part, and then he threw it out a window, underhanded lightly, and it smashed. He said, "Come on, this can't be real." Well, Matt is one of the few people I know that actually has junk cars that he can break the windows.
Right.
And he did, and it worked.
Wow.
And when I went over to his place, he said, "You want me to show you?" And I said, "Yeah." So we went in the back. He did it. It was unbelievable.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, there's something.
How much force did it need?
Nothing. He just underhanded it.
Huh. Wow.
So don't tell the kids
I'm not
this.
going to try that, no.
Well, see, my fear is that there's going to be kids out there who've learned this little trick, and the next thing you know, you're going to have windows
So
broken.
instead of being vandals where they scrape the key along the side of a car, they're going to start throwing spark plug parts.
Right. Good morning. You're on the air with Jim.
Hey, Jim. Good morning, guys. Mike McCoy.
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
Every time I hear that story about the spark plug, it reminds me of one time I had to take someone to court over a issue, and I was at the courthouse, and they had this. I had locked my keys in the car. Pretty embarrassing, And so I'm coming out, and there's this busload of kids, like little juvenile offenders, right?
Yep.
And I'm trying to get. This little boy says to me, "Mister, you need some help getting your car?" And I said, "I'm thinking, yeah, that's why you're on the bus." He said, "All you need is a spark plug."
Wow. Wow.
Little
dude.
kid told me that, and he was probably 12, 14 years old.
He knew the
But,
trick.
on the technology side, you hear people say, "Oh, my car's got low mileage on it. It's only got 90,000 miles." Is it? The very worst car that's built today, in my opinion, the very worst car that you could buy on the market today, which is probably most of it, that's my opinion, is better, safer, more economical than the very best car that was made 50 years ago. And when I say that now, I'm taking everything in consideration as far as economy, safety. There was you can go on and YouTube it. Okay, go on and look, and they do an impact test with a little smart car, one of those little big lawnmowers, right?
Right.
They make a lawnmower attachment for those, I think. But they did a frontal collision with a Chrysler, like a Dodge Swinger or something like that. Anyway, but I can't remember exactly the car. And they did a left front collision. In other words, driver to driver. And they said that the guy in the smart car would have walked away. And the guy in this, like, 65 Plymouth Belvedere or whatever it was, would have died instantly.
Wow.
Because the steering column, the frame buckled, the steering column would have shoved right up through the guy's chest. And they went over to the smart car and opened the doors on it because the car absorbed all of the impact. It doesn't take much to total a car today.
No, it doesn't.
But the technology, I absolutely love the technology because that's what gives you all of those little bells and whistles that we absolutely need in a car, like when to check your oil, when to change your oil, when you're out of oil, when you're all the stuff that you need to tell you. Back in the day, you used to just check this stuff automatically, right?
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
but anyway,
Self-service.
that's my 2 cents worth, guys.
Well, thank you.
Hey,
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for the call.
Enjoying the show.
Thank you. So what's your plan for the weekend?
Yard work.
Yard work. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to have my radio replaced in my car, though. My front speakers quit working. The guy said it is the radio. It's not the speakers or anything. So my daughter has a radio that she took out of her old car, and so I'm going to have it put in my car.
All right. And you'll be on those speakers.
And I'll be on those speakers. Yeah.
Next week. All right. Thank you, Jim.
Whose birthday was it, by the way?
Mine. Yesterday.
Wait, yeah. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Jim.
55?
Yes. 55.
Look at that. Double nickel.
No, I'm 63.
63.
Yeah. Thank you, Jim.
Thank you. Bye.
We'll be right back.
In racing, there is no greater feeling. There is no greater history.